And the airlines are saying, "Oh no, your bag got held up somewhere else."
And they're
he's like, "I can
it's
see it's in Dublin."
Yeah.
Like, no, it got held up in Frankfurt or something.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "No, it's in Dublin." So he bought a ticket to Dublin and tracked it to the luggage area. And he's like, "Open the door. I know it's in here."
And got it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it takes right now. Like, hello. Welcome. We're back.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Dubs. What's up?
We're recording.
Are you recording?
I don't
red light.
I do not trust myself.
We've been having some technical difficulties.
Man. After that
we were on a mission to bank a bunch of shows a few weeks ago because I went to Europe for 3 weeks.
That's right.
And
wait, it was 3 weeks?
I was pretty much gone 3 weeks, yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
But I was for 10 days, I was in every country.
Every day you would drive into another place?
Ireland, England, Belgium, Denmark, Sweden, Norway. And then we met our kids in Italy. It was hectic. And then we were in Italy for a week.
Cool.
It was cool.
What is so good about Europe? I said that in a negative way, didn't I?
Yeah.
I didn't mean that. You know what I mean?
Like, so good.
Let me do that again.
The culture.
What are some of the good things about Europe?
It's awesome. What do you mean?
Name some.
The food, the people, the architecture.
Yes.
Yes. The history.
Yes.
We went to most every country we went to was English friendly.
Okay, yeah.
So that makes things a
they
little bit more manageable.
They didn't find it irritating that you were an American?
No. I mean, certain countries, they're not as tolerant.
Yeah.
Like France, like Italy.
Yeah.
Spain a little bit.
Italy doesn't.
Germany, they're not really that. They're just not that, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to accommodate you that well.
Right.
If you're not going to, I mean, in the big cities, they will.
It's a suspicious country.
Suspicious. It's just in places like, especially in Scandinavia, when they watch TV, a lot of it's in English and there's subtitles.
Yeah.
And I've heard from people firsthand, they say, "Oh, that's how I learned English. I would watch this one show."
Yeah.
And I just at some point, stopped reading the subtitles.
Just figured it out.
Just figured it out, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's like 13th Warrior.
Sure.
You don't remember that movie?
No. Did you learn how to speak a different language through it?
No, he did.
Okay.
But no, what's his name? Spanish guy. The fuck. He was like pretty famous for a while. He's not so famous anymore. I think he was married to another celebrity for a while. Spanish guy that was in the Mexican and he shot out of his guitar.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I can't think of his name.
That guy is in the 13th Warrior.
Okay.
And he is from another country and he hangs out with Vikings. And all the Vikings are talking.
Antonio Banderas?
Yes, Antonio Banderas. There you go. He is watching them all. And every now and then he like figures out a word.
Oh, I see.
So it shows him like slowly but surely figure out how they speak while around the fire. And then someone
like how you're speaking of it as if it's some truthful event that happened.
Yeah, no, because I was like, wait, that's how I could figure it out. Because it seemed like it was pretty easy for him. And they said something about his mother, and he stands up and says, "My mother was like a good woman, not like your." Like he speaks their language, and they're like, "How'd you learn how to do that?" He's like, "I listened." I was like, "That's all you got to do. Just got to listen."
It was so impactful for you.
It really was. I was like, "Man, they did that so well." I feel like if I watched it again now, I'd be like, "You idiot."
Talk about movies based in reality. We did end up, the last night we were in Europe, we went in Rome with our kids and we went to the Colosseum and then immediately went to the hotel and watched Gladiator.
And how was that? When you watched the Gladiator, did you get a vibe that it was similar?
No, but it was interesting how they recreated the Colosseum into what it looks like originally.
Yeah.
Because when you go there, it's pretty dilapidated and
the
floor is gone pretty much.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but it's interesting to see it from that perspective. Where
do you think it held up? Like, do you think it would have looked like that?
Sure. The crazy thing about Rome is that all of their ruins and their architecture is just they leave it in its state and then build the rest of the city around it. So the Colosseum is right there in the center of the town, and then all these newer buildings and restaurants are just all right there.
Yeah.
But they have such respect for it, such reverence, and same with like big fountains and statues and things.
Do they ever fall?
I don't think so.
Like pieces of it just fall?
I don't know. We had a
sometimes?
tour guide because that was the only way we could get into the Colosseum. We couldn't. You have to buy tickets way ahead of time, and we were just all by the last minute. So
Yeah.
I bought this VIP tour because it included tickets.
Yeah.
And then after an hour of the woman giving us, they were like, "Hey, we're good. Thank you for the tour. We're gonna.
We just want to look around now?
Yeah, we want to look around." She's like, "Wait, but we have." Like, no, we're fine.
Yeah.
But she's saying how there are earthquakes in Italy and everything, the stone, a lot of it, like the archways and stuff, the way they were built, they're just there, built the way they were originally. She's like, "So does it make you nervous to be here now?" Like, well, it's kind of stood the test of time, so I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have held up.
It's held up. Yeah.
In earthquakes, they held up.
Yeah.
Buildings went down.
Yeah. Not wars, but earthquakes.
They don't build them like they used to, huh?
Also, I didn't know that we did glean some fun information from her. The sort of hallways where you walk in and out of.
Yeah.
Those are called vomitoriums.
Because everybody vomits in them.
Yeah. Because people would get up after they've been drinking, get out, barf in them on the way out.
I can get down with that. I feel like I could have got down with Romans. I heard that like if you suck fat dicks, it's like more manly, and I was like, I would do that. and then you're saying vomiting is cool.
Hey, when in Rome.
Yeah.
I had the worst dad joke with Keegan. We went up to the top to get some overhead views, and I was like, "Keegan, do you think this was all built in a day?" And he's just like,
"Yeah, because shut up, Dad. Seriously."
And then I was like,
on behalf of him,
are you not entertained?"
Oh my God.
Boom. Thank you.
Oh my God. I put a plastic bag over my head and suffocate myself. Like,
I'm bridging the gap between dad jokes and real comedy.
Yeah. Oh, is it? As real comedy.
Yeah, it's a gray area.
I'll have to remember that.
I'm right. I'm in the pocket.
You are not in a pocket. You got no pockets in this game. Fucking.
Yeah, but it was fun. I did a few speaking gigs and
you worked?
Yeah. One in Antwerp in Belgium, one in Stockholm, one in Oslo, and they were packed. It was fun.
Did you get ice cream in Belgium?
I did get a waffle.
Was it good?
Yeah,
it's crazy good.
Beljin waffle.
How did they do it? It's better though.
It's like a thick waffle.
Is it better? You look like you're about to say
I
it's
feel
not.
like we kind of we took it and then we kind of expanded on it.
Watch it.
It was just like a regular waffle.
Fucking waffle
it
place
was a really
in
small
Lucadia?
regular waffle. Okay, I had it in one place. It wasn't like I was doing a waffle tour.
Yeah, you should have.
You're right. I should have. We did ice cream though. Yeah,
They
And
have
chocolate.
the best ice cream.
yeah, really
Ever.
good chocolate.
Did you like that?
I did. Yes.
Was it better than
Thank you.
Hershey's?
I thought so. Yes.
Good. Glad you understand.
We did go to Noma.
What's
Noma is widely regarded as one of the best restaurants in the world
Oh.
in Copenhagen.
Oh.
And my friend, who's a chef, got us reservations, and he flew from Saudi to meet us at Noma. That's what a big deal is to get a reservation there.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. It
He
was
flew
awesome.
from Saudi Arabia
Yeah.
to have dinner with you.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah. Chef Ant, what's up?
Was it
Ant
incredible?
Healy. What's that? He's from Oz.
No, was the
It was,
restaurant
yes.
incredible?
Yes.
What was so good about it? What did they have?
It was the vegetable season. So it was all mostly vegetarian. And the presentation stuff was crazy. They were like a sunflower, and then in the middle of the sunflower, it looks still like the flower is a piece of a thing of mochi ice cream, but it's yellow and it's shaped like the sunflower.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I like that.
It's wild.
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
It was very good. So that's my extravagant trip.
Well, I'm sure there was more, but
Oh, I did try to skate.
one
This
ramp.
dude has a vert ramp outside of Brussels,
So he messaged you.
Belgium. He messaged me and he's like, "Hey, I got this ramp and we're all over 50 and we all skate." I was like, "Yes,
Yeah.
sounds sick.
Old
Let's
people
go."
sessions. Love it.
And so I made time. I booked a later flight from that city and went there in the morning. And I was all excited because the only time I was going to skate on the trip for almost 3 weeks, because I'm trying to pace myself now with this injury, and have like longer breaks so I can measure the success.
Check you out,
right?
Thinking man.
But we're going to skate after this, so we'll see what happens.
It's been 3 weeks.
It has. Well, it's been so I was like, yeah, I want to skate one time on this trip. Got to his ramp. And his ramp is there. The dimensions are just a little different. Yeah. He actually has more vert than my ramp, which was shocking. Yeah. And he's like, I don't know. I got as close as I could with the meters. I was like, oh, dude. And then it was a little more flat. And so if you skate vert, generally you're used to 14 feet flat. Yeah. And so your timing is such. And so going to a different ramp, especially with my leg, and then my timing's off, so it feels like hitting kinks, and so that was really hard to get used to. The extra vert was throwing me to the flat. It was like I totally enjoyed it. There was a super good crew, but my skating was such a struggle that it was like I couldn't really escape myself in that sense. You know what I mean? Like I was just kind of angry, and like Kathy pulled me aside. She's like, "You should just try to have more fun because people are like they don't want to see you have a bad time." Yeah. You know, they're just stoked that you're here. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And then I did a super shitty invert, and then that was it.
Take what you can get, man. Yeah, I think that's cool.
It was fun.
And I totally understand that. Like you're in another country and you're like, oh, cool, let's shred. And it's like, oh, this ramp makes me suck. I'm already recovering.
Working with a handicap, right. Like with my injury, and then to go to a new ramp that is tricky made it hard.
Yeah, I get nervous seeing you on other ramps.
When have you seen me on another ramp?
There was video recently. It might have been that ramp.
Oh, that was the ramp. Yeah.
You did a backside Smith grind. And I was like, are you trying stuff
that
on
was my best run.
Yeah.
That was my best
run.
a
sketchy ramp to try stuff on.
One dude who was at least my age, he did like a slob air, almost to the top, and then came down all wonky and went off the side. But it's built on a foundation, a slab of cement. So it's raised off the dirt. Oh. And then he just went shooting off of it and sliding on his knees, and then caught the edge of the foundation on his shin. So just ripped his shin off. Yeah. Oh. And I was just like, oh, dude, it's like me.
Made you feel better?
That's my style.
He's all trashy. Like, all right, man.
He actually had a super good attitude. He's like, I don't know if I could skate anymore, but it was super fun. Those guys are cool.
He's winning with that attitude, man. Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. And then there's one dude, I think he's Large Stout on Instagram. He was trying to learn Phillips 66.
Shit.
He's a little younger.
Yeah.
He's almost got it.
A young guy trying to learn Phillips 66.
Yeah, they had a couple kids there too.
If you don't skate, it's an old trick, you guys.
It's hard.
Yeah, and it's real hard. It was hard in the 80s, and it was impossible in the 80s.
Did you ever do one?
Fuck
you must
no.
Have done one. Really?
No, I couldn't.
Bucky can do it without having to do the push-off thing. Yeah. He can do it like a actual aerial.
Yeah.
Or like a egg, 360 egg, burn twist.
I'm not that talented. That was like one of those ones where I was like, that's for, that's for you. People like you.
Yeah, I guess it's just more like, if you start
I did Algarials.
What's that?
I did Algarials.
Algarials are sick.
Stalled ones. Oh, I did half Algarials. What do you call that when you do
half Algarial?
Okay, good. Yeah. But that was when I used to be able to...
I have a funny story.
Stole hand plants.
When we were doing Huck Jam, we did Anaheim Ponds, and I invited Eddie Algara to come see it.
Yeah.
Because he skated the ramp right after it got built. He came and had a session with us.
Okay.
And I said, we're skating that ramp. Like, come see the show. And I remember thinking the whole time, like, Eddie Algara's in the crowd. I'm going to do Algarial.
I'm okay.
Doing right.
Yeah.
And I went up and stalled one, and then came in fakie because I wasn't getting all the way around.
Yeah.
And then after the show, I'll never forget this. After the show, which I was like, that's cool, right?
Yeah. It's like, well, actually, to me,
harder.
It's way cooler.
Right. Yeah. To me,
and it was to know that you were trying to go all the way around, you're like, not going to make it. Come in fakie. Yeah. Fuck you is what I would I think at the time.
But that was the only one that I ended up trying the whole demo because we didn't have a lot of time to sort of freestyle our way through the show. And then after the show, Eddie came backstage and he's like, I saw you try Algario, like almost halfway around.
Yeah. Just being an asshole.
No, I think
Sarcastic.
he was kind of serious. Like, you almost had it. And I'm like, damn it.
He like shined you for coming in fakey. That's awesome.
He did 720 Algarios back in the day. 8th Street. Like he just pushed off and then slid around.
Oh, okay.
Remember seeing that?
I was like, man, I thought he was like he did a 360 before he put his hand down. I'm like,
no.
Okay, I get you.
That'd be sick.
Hey, man, I'm me, and welcome to Hawk versus Wolf, where I talk to you about your shaving skills and taking care of yourself. If you haven't heard already, it's Smooth Sack Summer, where you're playing in summer sun. Make sure you're scaped from pubes to bum. That's right, this is the summer to keep your balls cool while still looking hot with Manscaped. The leader in below-the-belt grooming is making sure we all have a ball this summer by giving our pant partners everything they need to stay fresh. Dive headfirst into Smooth Sack Summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code HawkWolf. Wow, almost didn't know how to say the show. It's the 4.0, baby. And they got like ball cream. They got lip balms. They got all this stuff that is like really good. Like I'm scoring over here by being sponsored. They keep sending me and I just keep using. I got Manscaped for different parts of my body. But they are really, I mean, if you shave and if you want to take care of your privates and you don't use Manscaped, you're just dumb. And here, why not be even smarter by getting a Manscaped and getting all their stuff and getting 20% off free shipping with code HawkWolf at manscaped.com. That's 20% off, everybody. Free shipping with the code HawkWolf. Manscaped.com. It's Smooth Sack Summer, boys. Get on board or get left behind. Hey, everybody. Jason Ellis for Hawk versus Wolf. We got a new sponsor. Support today's episode and because it's coming from True Classic. This brand is a new sponsor. They have the absolute best fitting t-shirts a man can buy. Finding the right t-shirt with a little bit of dad bod is incredibly frustrating. Most t-shirts are either way too tight or your gut looks way too big and boxy. You're not in high school anymore, everybody, and it's time to upgrade. True Classic has already helped over 2 million men finally get a better fit at an affordable price. Our listeners get access to the best deal they offer for a limited time only, everybody. So do it now. 25% off with the code WOLF at trueclassic.com. These t-shirts are designed for people that are not Mr. Shred. And really, I've seen it out there, fellas. A lot of you guys wear t-shirts where you just don't look like you care. And it's still your life. You're still alive. You should care. Why not care? I get it. Not everybody has time to do 1,000 crunches and only have like really lame food for the rest of their lives. You're a man. You like a beer after work and you got a bit of a gut. Get the right t-shirt to suit you so you don't look like a dumbass. It's about time you learn how to dress yourself properly. Upgrade your wardrobe with True Classic. Get 25% off at trueclassic.com with the code WOLF. Free shipping included on purchases over $100. 100% risk-free guarantee with 30-day return policy. If you don't like it, give it back. Stay classy with True Classic. Your dad bod will thank you. Yeah, that'd be impossible. But maybe not these days. I just love knowing that there's young guys out there that are doing stuff from the 80s and respecting it. You know?
Yeah.
Like I remember when there was vert dudes that did older stuff and they were never really taken serious.
Right.
And now it's, you know, backside tail slide with your hand down is like,
yeah.
Whoa, cool. And I'm like, is it? Because I think it's cool, but I remember being frowned upon
they're definitely embracing that.
Yeah.
That generation and appreciating that those tricks were hard. They're different. Doesn't mean they're harder than what's happening now or easier.
Right.
It was just a different vibe.
But it's such a popularity. You go down such a popularity road of your time.
Right.
To veer off and do a Phillips 66 is I have so much respect for you because you're respecting the whole, all of us, not just what's really popular right now. Like, you know, sure. Would it be better if you nollie nose grinded? Yes, it would. It's very popular to do that. But if you do a nollie nose grind and then you do a fucking Phillips 66, I'm like, what the fuck? You're so cool to me.
He wanted to do a doubles thing. Like, it's supposed to do inverts. And I was like, I barely survived that invert.
Yeah.
Probably not going to do it while you're on the ramp.
Yeah. Don't ask Tony for doubles with the broken leg.
How about a fake yollie?
Give him a year.
We did double fake yollies. Woo!
Hey, I could join you on that one. That's what I'm talking about. I gotta say, I watched it's Leo Baker, right?
Leo Baker, yeah.
Yeah, I watched the documentary, and I watched it. I have I have a boyfriend who is trans, and he had the top surgery recently, like about a year ago, and he was watching it with me and was texting me while he was watching it, so we were watching it at the same time.
Oh yeah,
and like it made him cry a couple of times. The shit that Leo had to go through, and then you're on there just like, yeah, man, in total support and understanding. And he was sharing with me how much that meant to him, hearing you say that, like, publicly, going, yeah, man, I fucking totally support this guy, and what's the big deal? And then I told him the story the way you said, I think it was on here where people were accusing me of being gay in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And you said, when you heard, you were like, what if he is? Or like, does it even matter? And I was like,
why are we wasting time on this?
Nobody said that, dude. If you had said that, like, you don't know how good that made me feel 30 years after it. Like, if you had said it then, because I was just under the impression that if this is true, you are not my friend anymore. And I would not blame them. I'd be like, yeah.
Oh, even that's what they were presenting to you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Everybody in skateboarding was like, if it turns out to be true that you are, you need to fuck off. That's what I thought. And to know that the guy of skateboarding, of vert skating, was like, even if he is, does that even fucking matter? Like, I didn't know anybody thought that. But Mike Vallely had my back, maybe too much, but I also know how Mike rolls. So it was it was just like, I'll fuck you up. And I was like, dude, don't fuck him up. Like, he's like, I'll fuck him up. And I'm like, I know you will, but don't fuck up anybody on my account. I don't want to cause any more than I've already caused. But getting back to it, like, you being a support, like, obviously you're my friend, and I've been honest with you, and I've always felt very comfortable being honest with you. Even from the get-go, I never thought that I would get a negative reaction. But to hear you publicly support these people and to be good friends, like, I love this guy, and hearing his emotions on how much it means for somebody like you to be like, so what?
That's cool,
like,
man.
it really, you're
Leo's awesome,
fucking
man.
champion, dude. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, we had Leo in the game.
Yeah, I saw that. I love how I just don't know stuff because there was just a big gap when I'm like, okay, well then, wait, Nike shoe. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Good for you. But to know I'm not going in the Olympics.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a girl.
I haven't watched it yet. I mean, obviously know Leo's story, but it was such a crazy timing that he is going to qualify and then have to decide, like, no, this is the direction I want to go with my life. I'm not going to stall it for this opportunity.
Because to be that young and to be that wise, because he made the right decision.
Right.
Like, for me to wait, I shouldn't have. Would it have been rockier because the world wasn't ready for people like me? Yes. But it was also, with the career, with my radio show, I had a therapist that was like, it's fine that you're like that, but don't tell anybody. It will ruin your career. And I remember thinking, he didn't mean it, but I definitely felt like I was wrong, for existing this way. And then when I did come out, a lot of people that listen to Sirius, it's in their car, it's blue collar people, and they're like, fucking, you talk about fucking chicks, and now you're gonna do this to me? Like, what the hell? What do you mean you got a pink Jeep? Like, people were offended. Them. People were really mad at me.
I know.
So
I'm more laughing because you made it through the fire.
Right. But I also, that's what I want to get to, is career did go down a little bit, but I was a happier person when I woke up in the morning. There was like
True
a weight.
Yourself.
Yeah,
of course.
So getting to that, like, because I've been a skateboarder. I remember the first X Games. I got denied trying to go over the border, and it was fucking crushing to me to not be in it. I would have done anything. I would have been a girl to get in the fucking X Games. So for him to be, we want you in the Olympics.
Right.
And this is the first time. You're going to represent your fucking country. And he's like, nah, man, I'm I'm me, and me is not in that that contest.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That takes a lot
What's
of
it called?
bravery. What is
They
that?
fear the negative.
It's called Stay on Board.
Stay on Board, right?
Leo Baker.
Yeah, I highly recommend it, you guys.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yep, it's on Netflix. Yeah. I got invited to the premiere, but I had to do stand-up that night. So I almost met the director because I wanted to meet him.
When was that?
Be like, what's that?
When was that?
Like a week or two ago. And I had stand-up.
I didn't get invited. I wasn't here.
But I really wanted to go because I'm a skateboarder and I'm gay. And I was like, this is going to be like...
Yeah.
People,
celebration.
Yeah,
awesome.
I wanted to be there for it. But I think he'd be just fine without me. But it's just awesome to know that somebody's going to support him that way. And Nike giving him a shoe. I just love that whole... Everybody's like, yeah, man, just let him live. You know, because you should just let him live. You guys, we're just like you. You know.
Well, the whole idea that skateboarding has been this activity and lifestyle for misfits and outcasts, and then to not be inclusive all those years is just so opposite of what it's all about.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad that we've come this far at the very least. But you can't deny that it was exclusive before.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think that's the thing, people want to just sort of wash that away.
Yeah, a lot, especially people that thought that way.
Yeah.
I know a lot of those.
Just forget
would love
about
to,
that.
Yeah. Hey, that was a different time. And I'm like, yeah, but you said to me, you know, like, there's things that I remember people saying that, and I told my boyfriend this, like, I was like, he didn't even remember it, but I never forgot it. It was like, if it's true, dude, we ain't fucking hanging, know that. And I remember thinking, I completely understand where you're coming from. If I am gay, you probably shouldn't hang out with me. Like, I didn't think that he was being mean or not understanding. I just thought, if I am that way, then everyone, like, I should probably just hang out with other gay people.
Oh, you mean that you were listening to that narrative?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I'm believing it. I know.
Still
it's
being
terrible.
one of them and not agreeing with myself, which is to exist in this pain of ducking who you are. And you can do it. I'm real good at it. You just block it out, you know, drink, stay busy, you know, just never really sit down and face it.
Right. Because
it's too much to bear. And then to be like this guy that's supposed to be courageous, like I'm like fearless. I'm like terrified. I'm a terrified little boy. I could not come out with it. I couldn't just tell everybody, yeah, fucking so what if I am?
Right.
It took 45 years to be like,
hey, some people don't ever find it.
Yeah, which is very sad.
Yeah, which is criminal.
That's right. Life is too short not to be you, you know?
Truth.
Sometimes.
So be yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not so bad. And I'm very happy now. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Super gay.
Same. I would like to be able to skate again, but I'm happy.
It's coming.
I just want to bring it back to me.
Yeah, good. It is probably a good idea. Let's get happy again. Talk about skateboarding. It is happy. I am happy. It's a happy story. I'm just trying to free people if they're like that to just be out, be you.
Yes. And if you choose to skate, keep skating.
Yeah.
We need more inclusivity. We need more diversity.
Yes.
In skating.
Yeah.
To be celebrated, not to just be minorities.
We've never been more accepting too, you guys. Come on down. We take you all in. If you love skateboarding, we love you. That's it.
That's it. Yes. San Pellegrino. We drove through San Pellegrino in Italy.
It's a place.
It's a place, yeah.
Learning some shit today, huh?
Yeah. I wanted to stop and see if we could get some, but
they didn't have any?
No, we didn't stop.
Oh.
I just saw it. And the kids were like, what? I don't know. San Pellegrino. I guess that's where they make the water.
I would expect like some giant Pellegrino building, like shaped like a bottle.
But shaped like that. Just a big cylinder.
800 feet tall, just the can. Yeah. And then they just give them they give them out on the street for free.
Yes.
But you didn't see that?
That's the first thing you do when you drive into town. Hey!
Yeah.
Welcome.
They meet you at the airport with it.
Dude, traveling right now is wild.
Good
chaos.
Or bad? Okay.
Chaos. Our kids were going to meet us in Italy after I did my speaking gig tour, and we got an alert. It was daytime where we were, but we got an alert, and it was the night before the morning they were leaving. They were leaving at 6 a.m. for the airport. Your flight's canceled. So all of them, there's 5 of them coming from here.
Yeah.
Flight's canceled. What? So then trying to rebook them on a different flight from San Diego, one that leaves a little bit earlier, but has a routing to get to where we are.
Yeah.
By the time we go to book that, that's canceled. And then they ended up flying from LA in the afternoon. Just chaos. Like barely got seats on the plane. You know, so everything's just last minute. It's all just, and then when they finally got there and found out that 600 flights got canceled that day.
Is this because nobody's buying them, or?
No. They're buying them. They're overcrowded, but the weather and understaffing is just leading to like the delays. They don't have another crew. So this crew's been working too long.
Yeah.
They're out. They don't have a new crew for it. Flights canceled.
Why can't?
It's crazy.
Why don't they hire? Sorry, but
don't ask me. I don't know.
Is there like the airport can't afford to hire more people? Is that what's
It's the airlines. Well, the airlines, they don't have enough employees for what's going on.
Yeah, but they can't get more.
I
thought people wanted jobs. That's a good job, right?
That seems like a good job. Yes,
I would want that job.
Yeah,
I would rather be a pet sitter though.
Huh?
It doesn't pay that well, but if I could be a pet sitter, I feel like I would be pretty pumped.
We hired a pet sitter.
See, I would like to be your pet
for
sitter.
our dog.
That's
while we were gone.
That's a job.
Well, when the boys left, but anyway, it was chaos, and then we were warned because if you fly through London Heathrow, like do not check bags. Just don't bother. They're just probably not going to get there. And
that's a word.
That's just the thing. Like just don't check bags
because they won't make it.
Most likely, yeah. So carry on your bags, and so like my son Spencer and his partner Joy were with us for part of the trip, and then they were meeting back up with us, and so I had them give us their excess baggage because they were flying through London.
Yeah.
So we took their excess bags, so they didn't have to check anything because someone told me, they said, oh, we flew through London, going somewhere else, and we put air tags on our bags. You know, Apple air tags. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
To figure out if they don't make it where they are.
Yeah.
And the airlines are saying, "Oh no, your bag got held up somewhere else."
And they're like,
"I can see it's in Dublin."
Yeah.
Like, no, it got held up in Frankfurt or something.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "No, it's in Dublin." So he bought a ticket to Dublin and tracked it to the luggage area. And he's like, "Open the door. I know it's in here."
And got it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it takes right now. Like, there's pictures of just warehouses full of luggage.
Who's taking that?
It's crazy.
People are
someone. I saw a photo someone took while they were walking through the airport, and they just got a glimpse of this area that was just bags.
Is someone eventually stealing all that?
No, they're so backed up with everything that you're not going to see it for weeks at a time.
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
It's not like it's not getting stolen. They just don't have. I mean, whatever. I'm not the expert on the whole thing, but I just know it's chaos.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's chaos because I experienced chaos on this trip.
Yeah.
And the streets, like we were in London, Dublin, and Rome, the streets are just packed with people. You can't drive on parts of the road. You can't drive in parts of the city.
Why?
It's just people are walking around because everyone's like finally released into the wild.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So pandemic.
People are on European vacations, and they've been locked up or haven't been traveling for 2 years.
Okay.
And now they're just making the most of it. But it was crazy. Like we couldn't, trying to get a car to drive to us in London was nearly impossible because you'd see them trying to get there, and it's just like zombie apocalypse walking around the streets.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't like people. That would be tough. I don't think I can do hotels anymore. I feel like I was just talking. Yeah, I feel like if I want to go to a hotel, I want to relax, and I don't. This is gonna sound bad, but I don't really like kids. Like I like my kids, but
how are you encountering kids at hotels if you're just going to your hotel room?
I've
You mean
stayed
just
in
the
hotel.
lobby
I
or
stay in the hotel.
pool?
That restaurant that you love. That's like an adult hotel. There's like an adult pool. It's full of kids.
What? Oh, at Chateau?
The one down here that I stayed at for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's kids. So you can't be you.
I
You can't
see.
be me. You know?
I see,
Like
yeah.
I'm inappropriate.
You mean it's not Vegas here?
I'm inappropriate. Okay, Vegas is worse because, and this is all my fault. Everybody in Vegas is getting loose. So when you're just a generic white guy and you're in Vegas, you're loose. And when you're loose and you see me, you've always wanted to ask me stuff, but you haven't had 6 beers in the sun.
Yeah.
So when you've had 6 beers in the sun and you see me, you go, bro, which one hurt the most? And I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't want to do this. But it happens, it's a guarantee. Yeah. Like I could be like, hey, Tony, watch this. Remember how I said I hate people talking about my tattoos? Watch this. And I'll just walk into the pool and be like, bro, dude. Or my wife, even worse, like touching her. Like, whoa, that tattoo's crazy. I'm like, dude, don't touch my fucking chick, dude. Like,
no.
That doesn't.
Speaking of inappropriate, we one time we were all in Mammoth, and it was when my daughter was really young. She's probably 5 or 6. And we were going to the hot springs. There's hot springs.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
No, but I know about it.
So it's kind of a trek. You got to park, and you got to walk a ways, and you get there. And then we got there. We were actually heading out of town. So we stopped there on the way out, and the sun was going down, and people were already getting very loose in the hot springs.
Right.
And at some point I was like, oh, this is not okay for my daughter to be around. Like, we got to get out of here.
Right.
So I got her in this little sort of other corner of the hot springs. Like, oh yeah, it's cool, right? Yeah. Just long enough to be like, yeah, we got to go home.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. Like if you're in Vegas and you've got kids, you're inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
You are. Like you can't say I'm inappropriate. We're in Vegas. You are. It's like, are you really going to smoke here? I'm like, it's Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't bring your kids here because they're going to get smoked. That's what everybody does.
It was funny to see how Vegas was, what happens stays in Vegas. And then that went on for a little bit. Then it was like, Vegas is family friendly.
Yes. No, that's what they've done.
But that's not what you've been projecting the whole time.
Such a bad parenting. It's not your fault, parents. But when they go, hey, now it's family friendly, and you're like, well, I really like Vegas, but I'm married with kids now, and it's like, Jason, you're totally still welcome, and I'm like, oh, I am, and then your kid is watching some dude chain smoke, and you're angry because you lost $1,000.
What's
like
the hotel on Sunset that was the scene? What was it? It's across from the Hyatt. It was the scene in like the 90s, 2000s. The Standard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, not the Standard.
No, Standard's not there.
Standard. The Roosevelt.
Yeah, wait, there's a
that's
Roosevelt
not on Sunset.
there?
No, that's not on Sunset. But the Roosevelt Hotel.
Oh, in LA.
In LA.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Vegas. Okay,
no.
Yeah.
The Roosevelt Hotel. Well, one time we did our foundation event, and we would get different hotel sponsors for our foundation event to get blocks on rooms. And so we got it at the Roosevelt. Yeah. And I came up with all my kids the night before, and they all wanted to go swimming. And I was that guy.
That's not the pool. That's not your pool, dude.
And it's funny because the waitress comes around and I'm like, yeah, sorry. She's like, I love kids. This is awesome. Right. She's like, I love how pissed off everyone is. Yeah. Like, you guys want anything to eat?
Yeah, because you're cramping everybody. Yeah, because I used to go to there, I think it was Friday nights or Thursday nights. Katie
the movie thing?
Nah, it's like it was a night for tattooed, what are you music you're into? What are you like, Katie? You guys are fucking goths. Yeah, gothy. It's like a goth.
We're goths.
You are.
Okay.
Fucking warm, leatherette. Like, who listens to that? Fucking weird people like you. So
think of more Sisters of Mercy with goth, but okay.
Whatever you want to call it, dude, you're dark. So they all go. It's like all tattooed people. But if you were there.
Did you wear black?
I think I always do anyway. I would just wear shorts. I wanted to go in the pool.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. So, but it was always this thing where I was like, if you don't know and you got a room by the pool that night, you are not taking your kids out to the pool.
A bunch of vampires.
Just a bunch of inappropriate motherfuckers. His titties coming out. Like, there's like every 5 minutes one slips, and it's like, I don't need that.
Right. That's what was going on at the hot springs.
Right. Yeah. I know. I gathered what was going on there. Yeah. So this
is not how I thought we'd venture through this conversation.
Yeah. Well, you never know what you're going to get.
But
when
it
we
is funny because
talking.
it is funny to come from that perspective where you're with kids and you're just like, sorry, today's not the day for the whatever you were doing.
Yeah.
The selfies by the pool.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, which is why
they're literally cannonballing next to people that are like, with their drinks.
Yeah. Kind of like that though. If I've got backup actual kids there, then it's like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
You know? But if the other way around, where like it depends, like if you're screaming, I'm like, are you gonna tell them to not do that? Like, no?
Oh, the kids?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, it's not. It's pretty mellow here.
And they're so oblivious. Like, what?
Yeah,
What?
it's not their fault.
Yeah.
And also, if kids ask me about my tattoos, different story. Because I see innocence. They go,
oh,
whoa,
we did go.
That's a cool, whoa, did that dragon?
What happened? There was something like that. Oh, we stayed at the Hyatt House once for our event.
What's the Hyatt House?
Hyatt House is on Sunset in LA. That was notorious for the 70s LA or the 70s rock stars staying there. They called it Riot House. So Hyatt House was like the place.
Yeah.
And then we all stayed at the Hyatt House, but they don't have a pool. They said you can use the Best Western across the street. It's like you have access to the Best Western pool. And all my kids were little. And they would get up super early. So on a Sunday morning at
just bombing all the
7
hungover
a.m.
people. Yeah.
We're walking across the Best Western, and then they start just going kid crazy.
Yeah.
And people are just come out of their rooms like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?"
You can't yell.
Yeah.
Can't say shit to the kids, dude. You got to take it. If it's adults doing it,
I think I made them wait till 8.
Because they can't be fucked with. You can't fuck with it.
Yeah. Oh, and they're stoked. They're staying away from home. We're at a hotel. They wake up early. Like, where are we?
Extra.
We're in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. We want to go swimming. Yeah.
Got to scream when you're jumping into the pool. Fuck it. Let's do Marco Polo, but turned up to 11.
It was. They played Marco. They did. They did play Marco Polo.
Yeah. I've been up since 4 a.m. and I hear Marco. And I'm like, no.
Yep. Yeah. That's it. So great.
That's why I like Airbnbs now. That's my thing. I go on there now and just look at them and go, ooh, I would go there for a couple of days.
You would have really liked where we stayed in Italy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was like a house.
We stayed in a house. There's a hotel. It's a castle. So they turn the castle into a hotel.
Yeah.
And then they have houses on the property that you can rent for the week. So we rented
the house. Is it on the water?
Huh?
Was it on the water?
No, there was a lake. There's a lake on the property,
That's
a man-made lake on the property with its own house on the lake, and you can rent that for the day. So we rent it for half a day.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
But we rented a house and then we got an extra hotel room in the castle because we have so many kids and like Riley was there with his girlfriend. So we had a crew. But it was pretty ridiculous. We had a pool and
That's it. That's awesome. But were there other people there?
Other people were at the hotel, but we didn't even bother to go to the hotel. We were just at our house pretty much the whole time. The tricky part is that they only have one restaurant. They're short staffed. So you have to call way ahead of time for reservations to the restaurant. And you're out in the middle of nowhere. And
so if you miss it, you don't get food?
Yeah, kind of. You just got to drive off property and try to figure something out. I mean, when? You can.
Yeah.
But you go to a
That's
hotel.
Fucking inconvenient.
You go to a hotel, you expect that you can just go to the restaurant at any time. No.
Yeah,
and sometimes you had to order ahead. Yep.
Yeah.
It was sick. I was swimming every day trying to get my leg back in shape. So I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna try to skate after this. I'm a little nervous of it because I have this sense of empowerment and confidence that it really helped me.
Yeah.
But I really don't know until I go and skate.
All right. I feel good about it.
Yeah. Oh, I saw Kevin today.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. He just started getting on a stationary bike.
So can he walk?
He can't. They're telling him not to walk.
Okay.
He might be able to, but they're saying don't walk until we know that the bone's really.
How does he
starting
move?
to use. He has a walker, and then he goes on one foot.
Okay. So he can't drive, right?
Can't drive. He doesn't. He's so afraid to leave the house because of the unknowns.
Yeah.
That he might just be tempted to put his foot down and.
All right. That's smart.
He's playing an ultra safe. He's like the opposite end of me of when I was in my recovery. But
hey, some would say that was a crazy thing to go with. But hey,
I might have been a little bit reckless,
a little bit.
But he's doing good. And he said like I was just there, and he said yesterday he got the bike pedals to go all the way around for the first time because he was just sort of going back and forth.
Yeah.
And he's like, big day, biked all the way around. So he's doing good. He's getting through it.
I love Kevin.
Every time I go there, he's watching tennis.
Is this new? Is this a
I
broken leg?
think this is
hobby?
since his broken leg, he just watches tennis.
And is there like a big
I
match
don't-
going on, or what's
Something was happening today when I walked in.
the playoffs?
I just brought him food, so we just ate.
Aw.
Aw.
What? I like you being a
No,
good
it's
friend. People don't do that. My wife went to Oregon to see her family on Wednesday, so I've been home alone.
She drive?
Nah, she flew. Because she's got to go. Her parents are in different spots, so she's go see her dad for a couple of days, and see her mom, saw her grandma, her brother, like all that stuff. So she's having a good time. But I have 5 dogs and 2 cats, and I'm very fortunate, man. It's Master Blaster over here. Like she gets on my shoulders and we fucking destroy. But when Master's not on, Blaster's finding it hard to do. I'm like, wait, I gotta feed the. Wait, I discovered this morning that there's 3 kitty litters, not 2.
In your house? Are they all scattered around?
Yeah. And there's 2. I didn't know. And I was cleaning one.
Oh, so one is just overflowing.
Yeah. So I'm cleaning one. I'm like, man, these guys don't even do that much shit. I don't know what Katie's bitching about. And then I hear somebody scratching something, and I'm like, what's in there? And I open a box, and there's Gimli taking a shit. And I'm like, oh, man. And it's just covered in shit. Yeah. And I was like, fuck. And then pee pads for the chihuahuas because one of them doesn't go outside. So I got to clean pee pads. Then I got to clean the poopies in the backyard. And then I got to hose it down. And then Gimli needs heart pills at 9 a.m. and at 9 p.m. So I got to give Jim heart pills. And he wants to, he doesn't have Katie. So it's her harassment of me. So I can't sleep in. So one night I didn't have my sleeping pills and I didn't discover it until I went to take them. And I was like, fuck. So I was up until 4 a.m. And then,
if you don't take sleeping pills, that's what happens?
Yeah. So Jim wakes me up at 8 because he knows that it's heart pill time soon.
Oh, wow.
And he got poo on his tail because somebody didn't clean all the kitty litters.
God, listen to you.
So now
it's your own private hell.
So now I got shit on my finger. And I got to feed myself. I'm like, man, on top of all the other things.
And you have to feed yourself. Oh, my God, listen to you.
I'm like, fuck that.
How did you ever survive?
Postmates 3 times a day.
That sounds like my kids.
Uber Eats, sorry. Yeah, I changed it. But
no, actually, my kids are.
Just survival, man. I got to do it. And I'm like, washing clothes. I am not washing clothes. Dishwasher's almost ready to go, though. Thinking about turning that on pretty soon. But then my daughter calls me today and says, Dad. And I'm like, yeah. I always know something's coming when it's that. And I go, yeah. It's like, so I'm supposed to babysit these dogs, 2 chihuahuas. Can I bring them over to your house? And I was like, that is a Katie question. Because, yeah. But you might want to check with Katie. And then Katie.
Because you don't know if they're going to get along?
Well, I don't think it's so much the dogs, it's the cats. I don't know if the dogs have never seen cats, they might get weird about the cats. Yeah. So now that's tonight. So now I'll have 7 dogs in my house and no Katie. And 2 kids. So now I got to clean up after everybody. Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna be entertaining.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got home last night from Europe. I woke up at 2 a.m. Dog wanted to go outside, and usually the dog just goes outside on this little grass patch and pees. We're renting a house right now. And last night she chose to run out the door and then hop there's a little brick fence, hop the fence in the neighbor's yard and run down their stairs. And I was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Because usually she just comes out, pees, she goes back in, and then I'm Sir Gimpalong.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get over. I can't get over the fence. I go down.
To follow her.
I'm trying, and then she disappears in the darkness. It's 2 a.m.
Where's she going?
She's going. I don't know. I don't know where she's going to end up. So I end up going around the outside and then going up the stairs from the bottom. And I greet her halfway and then grab her by the collar. I'm so pissed.
Yeah.
And I'm limping with her, trying to get her. And then she takes off up the stairs once we get there and does the exact same thing.
Goes back out again.
Goes back out again. Yeah. So I'm just like, I can't do that again.
Yeah.
So then I go and wake up Kathy, and Kathy's like, what? Where is she? I was like, she's okay, but I can't do it. I can't keep up with her. She's being very defiant. It's super weird, and you got to go deal with it. Sorry.
Yeah. You just reminded me of, I haven't told you because I haven't seen you for a while, but the most embarrassing thing that's happened in my life happened the other day. Yeah, it's pretty good. So
It's a pretty high bar
yeah, it's
that you've outdone.
Get ready. So I had strep throat, took antibiotics, get off the antibiotics. Stomach is like really messing with me. So I had like kind of hurt, diarrhea and stuff. And then the night before I sweated a like crazy amount. I kept waking up. At one point I went and got a towel and put it down because I'd wet the bed. So then next night I wake up 4 a.m. I'm on my back. I don't usually sleep on my back, but I'm on my back. And I wake up and I'm like, God, if I could sweat it again, like I could feel I'm wet. And I know you're already laughing. So this is so gnarly. I wake up and it's dark. It's black in the room. And I'm like, fucking, why is my butt wet? And I'm like, and I can see like a darker stain area. And I go,
This is why you're alone?
No. No, this makes it way worse. Katie's there. So I put my hand on it and I go like that. And I'm like, no way. You're not supposed to do that. Like, I'm not on drugs. What is happening? So yeah, I exploded asleep in the bed.
Did you?
Covered in shit.
Do you think that's what woke you up?
Yeah. But I didn't wake up shitting. I'd already done it. That's why I didn't know what it was. So now I'm like, I gotta take the sheet off. And I'm like, fuck, could I cut it off? Because I don't want to wake her up and tell her I shit the bed. It's embarrassing.
Wait, so you're considering cutting off?
Yeah, half the mat. Half the bed sheet.
I wish you would have done that. I want to know how that goes. And how do you do it discreetly while she's still asleep?
Till I get it all, put it outside, go back to bed.
That would be amazing.
It's 4 a.m. I'm tired. So I realized that that's not going to happen. That's not going to work. And she's got little earplugs in because I snore. So I'm like, Katie. And I'm like, I don't want to wake her up. I'm like, Katie. It's dark. And I'm like, Katie. And then listen, I'm like, Katie. And she's like, what? I'm like, I shit the bed. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah.
Here's proof.
I'm like, you're kind of lying in it. Like,
oh my God.
So she gets up and starts helping me. And then we take the mattress off. And when she took the sheet off, it like flicked poo on her.
Now it's train spotting.
She didn't want to tell me until the next day that at one point she stood on something and she said she picked it up and it was a little piece of corn.
Oh my God, come on.
And I was like, we're really close now. But that happened to me the other day.
Oh, that's pretty amazing.
And then I went to tell my kids at dinner. I go, you guys want to hear a really embarrassing story? And they're like, yeah. And I go, it involves poo. And Tiger goes, Dad, we're at a restaurant. I don't really feel like now's the time. And
wow.
I was like,
ooh,
you're an idiot.
You're an idiot?
Me, I'm an idiot.
Oh, I was going to say.
No, he's not an idiot.
Yeah,
I'm
very mature.
You've got to tell your dad to not tell the story.
I'd like to think that I did a good job raising my kids. If I said that to my kids, they'd be like, yeah, go for it. Say it.
Yeah.
What is it?
No, my ex is a great mother. She's installed some sensibility into my children.
I won't say who, but one of my kids was super sick when they were like 4 or 5. And I could hear him coughing in the other room, and the coughing finally stopped. And I was like, okay. And then it's like, I remember, I think I fell back asleep for a while. It's like, I don't know, I should go check. And he has gotten up, has woken up, barfed, and then fell back asleep in it.
Wow.
And then, and his
head's
dried up. Yeah. I was like, it was shocking.
Yeah, that is shocking.
And I was just like, oh, you need to get in the shower right now. And like the bed's coming up. It was real. It's like the visual is seared into my memory.
Fair.
And they had a bunk bed at the time with a slide. So I had to dismantle all the slats because it was in between where all the wood. So I had to dismantle the whole top of the bed and the comfort and everything. And then I just put it over a fence and just high pressure wash, all of it. And I'm gagging the whole time. And I remember, it wasn't Riley because Riley was older, but then I remember Riley coming out like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "He barfed." And he's like, "Is that why you're coughing out here?" I'm like, "Yep."
Just dry reaching while doing stuff. Yeah.
Is an adventure.
That's a really good word for it. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing.
That's what I've been doing. That's a rough one.
Yeah.
That is rough.
Yeah. It was a couple of days after where I was kind of rough from it too.
Because I was gonna say, if you're alone, you could do the train spotting thing and just bundle it all up and toss it.
Set it on fire.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but
the fact you got to make someone.
I had to tell a full-grown adult that I shit the bed. The person that I love the most on this planet. Wow. Hey, did you know you married a guy that shit the bed? Good morning, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty fun story though, right?
It was. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Oh, man. But I'm doing much better now. I sleep without pooing myself almost every night now.
Almost every. Your percentage is good.
Yeah, I skid marked in my pants like 2 days after because it was still had stomach pains, and I was doing my Patreon show, Awesome World, where I do it by myself, and started to really hurt. And I was like, I've only been on here for 20 minutes, so I just stayed. And I was like, and then people started saying, "Just go, like, just leave." And then when I left,
you said it on the air?
Yeah.
I remember we did this audio tour through Europe, and this one demo, it was like right after we had gotten there, so we're still like, you're just tweaked when you first arrive in Europe and delirious and sick. And then I remember like probably halfway through this vert demo, I sharded, and I was like, "I'm out of here. I'm just done. I'm so done." And I told Jeff Taylor, his audio team, I was like, "Jeff, I sharded. I gotta cut this short." He's like, "Did you just say what I think you said?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it again.
Yeah. Like, I gotta leave.
You need to get it the first time. I'm not repeating myself for that one.
Yeah. And it was, skate park, the bathrooms are not great.
You don't want to put your cheeks on that.
No. So I think I probably just did the usual flip out on the deck, like, "Woo! Good night. Thank you. See ya."
With shit in your pants.
Yeah.
I feel like one time you shit your pants and we did doubles, and then you told me afterwards. And I was like, "Wait, you went over me with shit in your pants?"
I don't think so.
Oh, you're going to deny it?
I don't remember that one. I vividly remember this one. I remember exactly where it was. I remember
No, I remember it because it triggered, we shit our pants skating stories. And you were like, "Yeah, that was Boom Boom Hug Jam where I had a little shot. I had to finish the demo." And I'm like, "We did doubles after that."
I guess that's just the usual for me now.
Yeah.
Hasn't been in a while.
No, I think you've done pretty good lately.
Thank you.
I don't recall you shitting your pants recently.
There's still time. There's still hope.
We're going to skate today, so who knows?
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been eating Italian food for a week straight.
Is that good or bad?
It's good.
It's good food, right?
But it's just not. It's not dicey. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's certain foods that would be a little more dicey.
Yeah. I've been eating better. But the antibiotics, man, they're just no joke.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's it. That's
it.
Okay. Yeah.
It just once I got past that, I'm normal again. But
yeah. No,
it was like a week.
Are rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that, especially with that element.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that was all new to me. I didn't know that I could do that, but it was definitely troublesome. It was, the next day when I went to go to the bathroom, it made me want to throw up for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, something is
Were those the kind of antibiotics that you take when you have to take them with food?
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned the hard way that's what happens, that you're supposed to be taking them with food.
If you don't, you throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like almost immediately.
Yep.
And then I was in my teens, and
Yeah.
we were doing something. I had to be on them, and then I remember just like, wait, why am I? And then I looked on the bottle, like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, they're powerful.
Why were you on them?
What?
Why were you on them?
I got strep throat.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
Yeah. Yay. So cool.
Did they get rid of it?
Yep. Yeah. It just, to me, antibiotics means that I can't train because it's just not worth it. It's just a letdown because you get tired so quick that you're like, why am I even here?
Yeah. I worry that I took them so much from getting staph infections and whatnot through the years that I worry that I'm like, they're not as effective. So when the option comes to get them now, I'm always like, I'd rather not.
Yeah. If there's a way to not do them, that's what I would prefer.
Yeah. But you remember back in the day when the staph infections were rampant.
Oh, yeah. There was a name for it. I won't say it, but we didn't know. That.
Yeah. But it was gnarly, man. I got it a couple times. Super bad.
Yeah. Because you let it go too. Because
I let it go. Yeah. Because I thought I had a handle on her. Because I was just like, whatever,
Yeah.
Wearing the same pants.
It's a pimple. How bad can it be?
Yeah, wearing the same pants for days and sweating in them, and then all of a sudden on your belt line, it's like, oh, what is that? That's weird.
Yeah, yeah. I never got it in that period where everyone got it.
Yeah,
I just remember being near people that had it and so scared. Mike Crum had one on his top of his leg.
Yeah,
and he popped it while he was on the toilet.
Yeah, volcano,
and it hit him in the face.
Yeah.
And I was
Which also back, I mean, when you do get that, I know we've talked about on the show, but if you do get that, don't pop it because that spreads it further faster.
Yep.
I remember, I don't know if I've told you this story, but one time we were on this birdhouse tour. It was like 5 weeks driving. We're driving in the delivery van. I was the driver usually. And we were just moving all the time. So we never did laundry. And so I just got in this habit of like, all right, I know I wore this one once, so I'll wear it again. Or I wore these socks once, I'll wear them again. By the last week of the trip, I had like clinical athlete's foot and clinical jock itch. And then I got home.
This might be the most disgusting story you've ever told me.
And then I got home and Riley's mom just got a new kitten. The kitten had a ringworm. So I get home and I got ringworm, jock itch, and athlete's foot. And it was the same prescription for all three.
Oh, man. I got ringworm once in MMA training with this friend of mine, and he was on my back, and he went to choke me, and I was like, hey, what's that? And he's like, oh, it's ringworm. And I was like, don't fucking touch me with that. He's like, oh, no, it's gone. It's no longer it's no longer contagious. And then the next day I woke up with ringworm.
Yeah, I had 2 friends get ringworm from the kitten.
Yeah. Oh, wow. He was just dishing it out.
Yeah, because they come over like, oh, you got a kitty. Yay. Yeah. And then the next day, like, wait, what is this thing on my arm right here?
Yeah, MMA guys seem to not think that that's a big deal, but I was like,
I think compared to what I was dealing with at that time, it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
It was just another, oh, well, there's another thing. I got to put cream on.
Yeah.
But it was the same cream.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm hideous and I'm contagious and I can't live like this. I have to get it off immediately. Yeah, the staph. I was just telling somebody driving down here about staph and how I have an eye for it because I've seen it so much in my life.
Yep.
But somebody went to get in a pool once and I was like, don't be putting that fucking thing in the water while I'm in it. And he's like, what thing? I'm like, staph, dude. You have staph on your arm. He's like, nah, it's a spider bite. I'm like, dude,
no,
it's staph.
That's the biggest mistake.
And then he went to the hospital because I convinced him, I made a big deal to the point where everyone's like, you need to calm down. I'm like, I'm seriously, if you get in the pool, I'm getting out. And they were like, if it's that serious, then I won't get in.
I've been able to recognize it on my kids early on now and turn the tide before they have to get antibiotics.
You can.
Yeah, you can. If you get it in time, if you can contain it, especially like, here's a life hack for you. If you can get a bigger Band-Aid, like one of those sort of rectangle ones, and that covers the actual spot.
Seal it off.
If you seal it off and you douse it with antibiotics, antibiotic cream, Neosporin, whatever, and then keep it on there for like half the day, then replace the Band-Aid, you can almost always turn the tide of it.
If you're early.
If you're early, yeah. But if it's beyond that sort of Band-Aid size,
you're fucked.
Yeah, it's kind of, you got to go hit the hard stuff.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your 6 Safety tip of the day.
Yeah, staph, man, watch out for it because it's no joke. And then antibiotics, you might end up shitting the bed. It's not worth it. Clean your wounds, people. Take care of yourselves. Hey, did we sell all those skateboards?
I don't know.
My
think we were
skateboard
close.
came out
Yeah.
while you were gone.
Oh, yeah?
I sold them in 3 hours.
Damn, dude.
I got 100 boards because I was like, if nobody buys them, I'll just have skateboards.
I think we had a higher price point on ours.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
that's
mine was
better.
not cheap because I signed all mine.
Oh, you signed
too.
them?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're $100.
All right. Well, I guess you guys are more down with Jason. That's cool. Whatever.
Not sure that's the case, but yeah.
I think I have some left. I don't know. It's okay.
Well, check them out. TonyHawk.com.
Yep. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We'll be back next week, probably with a guest.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have guests that are
We have
they want to be on.
people lined up. All right. See you then.